Hello, how are you all? I hope all is well. I hope everybody has had a very good, relaxing weekend as much as possible under the circumstances. We're going to stay prayerful for our country and for our young Black men and young Black women. And we're going to have to stand up and fight the powers that be, because we all have children and grandchildren, and we would like for them to be able to enjoy life after us, and be able to be treated fair. It's been pretty heavy for me, watching this and just watching how these police officers just take things for granted. And I'm not saying that all police officers are bad, because not every person is bad. Not every um, race is not is bad in every race. Is good in every race. So it's just the times that we're living in, but we really need to stick together and appreciate each other, and fight for our right. Fight for our rights. That's basically what we have to do, is fight for our rights. Um, I am doing a new episode for my podcast tomorrow. So I wanted to let you all know what to look for. So I will be interviewing Dr. Brian Champion. He is with Team Champions, and he does a lot of webinars. He teaches you how to be marketable in today's society. He does a lot of training, managerial training, preparation training for HR, whether it be government or private sector. So the topic tomorrow will be preparing for the new normal post-pandemic. And I'm so excited about this interview. I'm sure you're going to get a lot out of it. He is a very, very knowledgeable person. I've been knowing Brian now for probably, I'm getting ready to tell my age, I guess, over 30 years. So it is a blessing that he agreed to be on my show. So I was just going to read like a very short bio of Brian, since tomorrow we're going to go into the interview, and the interview will start at 6:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, it will start tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so Dr. Brian L. Champion is a professor of public sector leadership at the American University Key Leadership Programs. He has over 37 years of employment with the U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission, which is NRC, serving in various program management and leadership positions, overseeing corporate management activities such as financial management, human capital, information technology, information management, and administrative services. As the Associate Director of Office of Small Business and Civil Rights, he led the Civil Rights Outreach and Compliance Program, and that's considered the OCCP, Minority Serving Institution Program, MSIP, Small Business Program, and the Diversity Dialogue Project. Additionally, he is a board certified coach, BCC, and is a member of the Office of Personnel sponsored Federal Coach Network, FCN, where he has served as an executive coach to mid-level and senior executives to federal employees at over 10 different agencies. His work with FCN also includes serving as a mentor slash support coach during the first 3 cohorts of the federal international, federal internal coach training program, which is an international coach federation, ICF, approved coach training program that was awarded Best Leadership Development Program in 2014 by Human Capital Management Conference, HGMC. Dr. Champion is a seasoned presenter at both government and private sector conferences on topics ranging from leadership and emotional intelligence to accountability, personal goal setting, and developing organizational trust. His leadership development activities at the NRC also include serving as an instructor in the NRC's Leaders Academy, delivering presentations to members of the NRC Senior Executive Services, SES, Candidate Development Program, CDP, and instrumental in the design and launch of the agency's Flash Mentoring Program. Dr. Champion has held an adjunct faculty and counseling positions at Montgomery College and Miles College, and currently serves on the board of trustees of Lane College in Jackson, Tennessee. Yes. So, So he is a coach, and he is really, really good. And I know that tomorrow will be a very good treat. And he will have a lot of information. He is going to be doing different webinars for people that are interested in being coached, or just you need a mentor, because right now we're in a situation where we are forced to be home and we do have to telework and do things like this. But you can look at it like I'm looking at it not as a, oh my God, I'm in the house. I'm using this to optimize my time and to do the things that I want to do to make me great. And I just feel like this is my platform. So please listen in tomorrow. Again, tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The topic is preparing, what did I say? I'm sorry. Preparing for the new normal post-pandemic. And you will be able to see us via we're hoping YouTube, but if not, it'll definitely be Facebook, because I am learning different ways and learning how to get things started on my own, So I know that the last time we were able to use Facebook. This time I'm hoping I may be able to use YouTube and Facebook. But at any rate, I just wanted to introduce my new episode tomorrow, which will be Monday, June 8th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tune in to The Risen Woman. I will be happy to see you guys, and I hope that you will receive some kind of knowledge or blessing from this episode. keep your comments coming. You can always DM me. You can send me an email or whatever it is that you need to do. But I just wanted to let you know that tomorrow is going to be a very exciting episode. And we will be starting at 6 o'clock. And I look forward to seeing you all. And if you have questions, you are more than welcome to ask them, and I will ask him for you, and he can answer. So it could, like I said, it could be something that would help you out in the long run. So I hope that everyone has a wonderful and blessed evening. Try not to get too overwhelmed with the news. We're going to just stay positive. We are going to fight for our rights. We are going to stay positive for not only our children, but our grandchildren and our great grandchildren, because we are going to leave a legacy, and we have to, prepare our children for what is going to be the new normal. And I tell everyone, I'm not living in fear, but I'm being vigilant. And I am very careful as to where I go and all of that. I probably could count on my hand how many times I've been out since I've been home for this pandemic. So, just be careful. And we had so many people that are devoted to the cause, which is a blessing, because this we need to have this movement. And there's so many people that are so serious about this cause, knowing that the coronavirus has not gone anywhere. And the scientists, they are nervous that the numbers may go up because there's been so many people out here protesting, which is, I'm not even upset about that, because we need to protest, because it's just unbelievable the things that we've seen in the last couple of months. And I mean, brutal murders just on TV. Like, we are not anything. So I'm not even going to get off on my rant, because if I do, I'll be here all night. So just check out The Risen Woman. Again, I want you guys to please subscribe to my channel. This is a mental awareness and motivation podcast. So I will have people on that, like Brian, Dr. Champion, and he knows how to coach people and mentor. I'm going to have someone on about entertainment. Every week there will be a treat. And I really hope that you all will get something out of it. And I am going to be putting up information, because this podcast was not only for me, but I wanted it to be for others dealing with mental illness, or just dealing with some kind of, if you don't want to say mental illness, but dealing with something. And I'm going to say this every time I get on live. It's nothing wrong with admitting that something is wrong. It's something wrong when you do not admit it. When you are going through something and you realize, okay, I really need to get help, you get help. And if you're with people that are looking at you a certain type of way because they don't understand, then you don't need to be around them. Because your main goal is to take care of yourself, so that you don't put yourself deeper and deeper into a depression stage where you feel like you want to jump off the ledge. So it's okay to say something is wrong. And it's okay to get somebody to talk to. I know that when I look at TV, which I do look at a lot of TV, especially the news, they are oftentimes talking about, if you feel depressed or something, you just don't feel right, they have a lot of these free places where you can call and talk to somebody. I'm no doctor, but what I am is a person that suffers from mental illness. But I am very on top of it. Some days are good, some days are bad, but that's anybody. See, so you can't, you don't want to say, oh, I have good days and bad days. We all have good days and bad days. My day might be a little bit worse than your day, but we all have good days and bad days. And it's okay. And if you are having a bad day and you need to talk to somebody, your doctor may not be available, but you just need to talk it out. Something might have happened that probably it may not have bothered this person like it did you. And that's okay. So it's all right. But what you do is you talk about it and you talk to somebody that's going to listen and respect you as a human being and not make you look like you're the worst person in the world. So those things I want you all to keep in mind, because I know sometimes we're sitting in this house and just a still mind is a devil's workshop. But I employ all my friends and all the people that will subscribe to my channel to not look at it like that. It's not a devil's workshop. This is God's workshop. He set this tone. He set this tone for a lot of us, including myself, to chime in to what it is that you really want to do in your life. And me personally, I've always wanted to be an advocate for people that are less fortunate or dealing with something that they've dealt with all their lives, but they didn't know how to talk about it because we were always taught what goes on in our house stays in our house, which is not always a good thing. And we were also taught, oh, she's crazy, so we don't need to be bothered with it. See, those things that we were taught were not right. So now that we know better, we can do better. And if you have someone in your life and you know that they suffer from depression or whatever, you need to reach out to them and say, hey, how you doing? And they might say, oh, your voice stimulated something, and it just made them feel like they were wanted. And they might tell you a lot of what is going on with them, but you don't know that phone call took that person off the lift, off the edge, So, let's not be so critical of one another and support one another, because we all are in this together. Like, we are all stuck in the house. We are all worried about, and I'm still worried about the coronavirus because it's not going anywhere. We do not have a vaccine as of yet. So yes, I am still very worried about that. But we're still together, and we are going to get through it. My podcast, I might have a day on there that we're just gonna pray. And that's just whatever I feel in that day, we might do that. So this is, like I said, this podcast is for everybody, and I believe that my podcast will be a vessel to many, and many that may feel like they can't say anything to anybody. But I'm here to tell you, you can talk to somebody. And even if you don't talk to someone on earth, you can talk to God and he will get you through. And I know that for a fact, because last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I was a mess, a complete mess. And I'm not ashamed of it. Like, I'm not ashamed of it. And majority of it, I will say, is the reason why my husband and I are separated. So, you know, I have taken this time to stop work on me. And I mean, I've been really working on me. I've been selfish with me. I have been just in a lot of prayer. I've gone to therapy. I talk to people that I know that I can speak with, and they don't take it any further than that. And if I feel it, and at any point a person is judging me, I don't deal with them, because I'm learning to love from a distance. And this is like the first time in a very long time that I can say that I am happy. That doesn't mean that I don't have problems and I don't worry about stuff. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that I am happy. And some days I feel like, but I pull it together. And I'm like, I'm not hanging because I don't have a noose around my neck. I'm standing straight and I'm standing tall. And as long as I feel that I can help somebody, then I'm doing my job. I am doing my job. So I just want to say thank everybody for subscribing to my channel. At any point, if you have any questions, please, like I said, I'm on here as the Risen Woman, and the word "the" is lowercase, and Risen Woman is all uppercase. I'm on YouTube as the Risen Woman. I am on Facebook as Patrice Wagner. I do have the Risen Woman page there too. I'm that, and I'm also on Instagram as Tracy is Blessed. And I am also on Twitter, the Risen Woman. So I'm on all those networks or social media sites, and hopefully you can reach out to me. And some of you know me personally, but please share my podcast. This is something that I'm really passionate about, and I will have some good guests on. Like I said, we're gonna hit a bunch of different topics, and it's going to be good. It's going to be real good. So, like I said, tomorrow we're going to interview Dr. Brian Champion. He's with Team Champions, and he is a coach and a mentor. So it should be really good. And again, it's preparing for the new normal post-pandemic. I ask that everyone have a wonderful and blessed evening. We're going to pray for our country, and we're going to even pray for 45. And that prayer would be, Lord, we hope that he is out of here by November. We should be knowing that somebody else is going to be in the White House, because we can't have Satan running the world. Because as you can see, this is what happens when Satan is running stuff. See, all this stuff is going on. So at any rate, we won't get on to politics. We're just going to, pray for a good night. I pray that you wake up tomorrow feeling strong. If your heart is broken, that your heart is mending. If you're feeling bad about a job and, you got things going on, I pray that you find strength. And if you're with somebody, just realize that you are strong in some areas and your partner is strong in others. So where that person lacks, that's where the other person picks up. So, just I want everybody to just be prayerful, and have a wonderful evening. And think of what I talked about as far as the mental illness part, because you may not even have a clinical depression. You could just be depressed, just looking at the news all day, or the fact that you've been in the house all day. That will sometimes bring on depression. So not all situations are called for medication. It is not, but there are some that are called for medication, and you need to talk to your doctor, and you need to know your body. If something is not right, then it's not right, and you let the doctor know. So I say that because we don't need to, on top of this, see people killing themselves because they don't feel like they have anyone to go to, because they feel like people are going to be judgmental. But on the Risen Woman, you're not going to be judged. We're going to help you try to figure out where you need to be. I am looking for people, and I'm going to say it every time, even on every show, even when I'm leading into my new episode. I am looking for people to do a roundtable discussion. This can be done via Zoom or whatever, because I want to do a nonprofit to raise money for people that are homeless, and they're not necessarily, they don't want to stay in a shelter, and I don't blame them, but they need to stay somewhere. So in a situation where they might have to stay in a hotel for 2 months or 3 months, and they have to buy food and stuff like that, I would like to have the Risen Woman. I want it to be a nonprofit for people like that, that need somewhere to go, and we will be able to provide them with vouchers to help them with the hotel and maybe a couple of meals. It just depends on who is at the round table and what we can get done. But this is what I'm working towards, because of my own personal experience. I was homeless twice in the last couple of years. And the last time that I was homeless, I did stay in a hotel, and I stayed in that hotel for about almost mm, almost 3 months. And no one knew. I mean, maybe a couple of people, but it was not something that I broadcast. I went to work, came to the hotel, took my shower, went to bed, did the same thing over and over and over again until a blessing came and I was able to move out of the hotel. But I say all that to say that it was nowhere that I could go to get help for staying in the hotel, or even if I didn't get a voucher for that, a voucher for food would have helped. So it's just those things I know from my own personal experience. And I just want to be there for others that may go through something that I've gone through. Because life will throw you curveballs that you're not even ready for, and you have to deal with it. So, I say that. So if you hear that, please, 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 please inbox me, DM me, whatever you need to do, so that to tell me, oh, yes, I would like to be in on that roundtable discussion, and I will be open to it. So anyway, again, good night. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. I see you guys tomorrow at 6 o'clock. And have a productive day tomorrow, such as it is. We're going to do what we got to do on Monday. It's another Monday, another day to work, another day of 10 meetings, another, just all of that. But just enjoy your evening tonight and be blessed tomorrow. And let's pray for our country and pray for a lot of these sick people out here. Basically, just pray for them. All right, you all have a wonderful night, and I will see you tomorrow. The Risen Woman, we love you. Take care.
smell and taste like hip water too. How do you farmer wizards make all this fruit taste just like hip water?
We triple irrigate our fruit with hemp water, which modifies the DNA to taste exactly like hemp water.
Cool. Wonder if their lemons taste just like hemp water. Wonder if their pineapples taste like hemp water too. Right now at drinkhemp.com, new customers can get 36 bottles for only $36. Water for the touch of true fruit flavor. This is bowl of French onions. We're going to start the bidding at $5. Looking $6. $6 over there. Do I hear $7? $7 in the front. $7 going once, going twice. Sell to the onion lover in the front row. Next up is lot number 17, a spinach and artichoke, which is set in the Hollowed Out local office. Red.
And get E-Trade and get more than just trading, investing, banking, guidance. Of all the places you're looking forward to, I will be there first. Wherever you may go, Lexus will welcome you back with exceptional offers on exceptional vehicles. Find out all the ways that Lexus can be yours at Lexus.com. Experience amazing.
Imagine even more. I 90 dreams around it. It's not the same thing.
Isn't your time a struggle? Mariah Golden Pringles and crispy currency to pay for bites of this? This? When kids won't eat dinner? Potato paper too. Mariah, rain at mealtime.
I'm trying to do this every weekend because I'm not giving up.
At T-Mobile, we know that connection is more important than ever. For customers 55 and up, we want you to get the value and service you need to stay connected. That's why we have a plan built just for you, saving 50%